Okay, so welcome two of you to the program. And maybe a little bit of introduction is needed because you are new and people know little about you. But it's good that people know little about you and they have found little skeletons in your closets. That's good news about being young, being fresh, right?
Right.
Nothing, no secrets that are too dangerous to be hidden, right? I'll start with you, Kun Narit Paranulaksa. You have a very, very impressive resume.
Thank
right?
you.
You study architecture and design at Cornell and Harvard universities.
Correct.
And then you have a fellowship at the International University of Singapore.
Correct.
Where you study the same fields, right?
Yes, yes.
And you're now in real estate.
Yes.
And according to your resume, you describe yourself as a multi-talented executive
Yes.
with 15 years in business administration, marketing, mass media, architecture, designs, and fashion industry. To me, it doesn't look like there's any much left in your life to accomplish. Maybe politics, that's the only thing that's missing.
Right, exactly, exactly.
So
yes.
My question is simple. Why politics? This time, I mean, at this juncture.
Well, thank you. Why not, right? Well, I believe us as young generation, we have a lot to contribute. We see ourselves not as being as one face, you know, but there are many faces to our interests and to our expertise, right?
Okay.
And because nowadays we are living in the world of connectivity, so we are able to invest our time in learning new things, and that's what I have been doing.
Okay, all right. A new challenge for you anyway. So good.
Yes. He asked why not. What about you? Why do you decide to join? You are not quite brand new face because you have participated in
call me
Pheu
brand new.
Brand new.
3 or 4 years.
Doesn't hurt, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt to be
But
called
you have
brand new.
involved in politics for at least 3 years.
Yeah, about 3-4 years.
Can you tell me what you did before
Okay, sure,
joining
sure.
Pheu Thai party and
Sure,
what you
sure.
have done so far?
Sure. Let describe myself a little bit about my educations, about what I have done before. I have a bachelor degree in engineering, civil engineering in Thailand. At that time, I just the ordinary man, just want to make money for myself, and then
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong, of course. And then I just after I graduated from the Faculty of Engineering, I thought that I'm just the employee in the company. So I just want something more. So I go for the MBA in Boston.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's a nice combination between the entrepreneurship and the engineer knowledge. So at that time, I should be able to make something for myself, right? At that time, it's just for myself, my attitude. Then I have a chance to go to the PhD in economics. At that time, my attitude was completely changed. In economics, we learn something like how to reduce poverty, how to increase the level of beings, prosperities, how to use fiscal policy, monetary policy, taxation. All of that is just for the society.
You see things beyond yourself.
Right, not for myself anymore. It's just for the society. So I thought that it's okay. It's time for me, and I really like that. I mean, economics. I really like that, and I think it's time for do something for the society. Then, just a little long. Then I come back to work as government officials in fiscal policy office in Ministry of Finance. At that time, is a very good experience there. I have a nice colleague, very smart colleague, but there is some gap between me and the one who can make the decision.
Okay.
A big gap. So I have to. I think what I dream, what I think it is appropriate, is far from what is implemented.
Do you want to make impact?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I decided I should find somewhere else that the gap is narrowing down. The answer is politics, political parties. So that's why I joined the politics.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Thank you
why
for your story.
Phalang Pracharat party?
Yeah.
To begin with, before today, a bunch of me and my friends who are young generation, we have gotten together and participated in workshops and discussion ideas, throwing ideas. to the point where we believe we share the same ideology. And as time proceed, our group got bigger and bigger. And yeah,
What is people? Your friends, who are they?
we are just regular people. We are young business people. We are entrepreneur.
Okay.
Some of us actually work for companies. Some of us work for bank. But we believe that there's room for us. There's opportunity for us. And then we got together. The group got bigger, and through people we know, we became a group, and we became founder of Phalang Pracharat.
But okay, please.
But for you, it's different because you have joined with Pheu Thai Party for 3 years already.
yeah.
But so suddenly we see Pheu Thai Party have new breed, young generation were on the stage at the same time. Why did the party have gather all new generations to come up at the same time so fast?
Let's talk a little bit about why we unveiled that 30 new face on that day. Our 30 new face on that day come from many expertise. They have many expertise, different fields, maybe economics, social science, IT, technology. A very good, a very competent group.
Yes.
When we recruit that group, we never look at only whether you are handsome or not. Look at your social status, your image. We never look at that. We look what they have inside. We look what they have inside. Actually, we have 2 criteria in order to recruit that group. The first one is attitude. You need to have attitude or mindset. You need to have the right mindset. You need to eager to work for the society. Need to eager to work for the country. That is one thing. Another thing is your capabilities. You need to have capabilities or your expertise. So you need to have both of that in order to be in our team. If you have only like something like capabilities, you have skill, you have knowledge, but you have wrong mindset. You want to do it for yourself. You want to do it just for power. You want to do it just for your own benefit. This is very dangerous. Yeah, I think these 2 criteria is very important in order to recruit the because it's new face team in our parties. And yeah, just to ensure you, we when we recruit, we look at this, and we look at this.
Okay.
Look at this, but we never look at this.
I'm sure this is the first time that you two met, right?
Right.
Okay. Even though you have seen each other on television or on newspaper pages before, but after listening to each other, what do you think you have difference, or do you think your ideas, your ambitions are very much similar, even though you belong to different parties?
Correct. I agree. I agree with what Dr. Paopoom is saying. I also believe that you need to have a sense of responsible, social responsible, in order to participate in policy making, in order to be a part of a group that tries to move the country forward with strong positive energy.
But talking about new generation this time, people must be wondering whether do you really believe that you can be mover and shakers in politics? Especially you are in Pheu Thai, which is well established party.
Let's talk about.
Would they allow you to have any significant role?
Let's talk about why I choose Pheu Thai first. So this is the answer why I think I can make some change in Pheu Thai parties. In Pheu Thai parties, I have about 3 reasons. First one is in Pheu Thai party, when we formulate policy, we look ahead 10 years, 15 years to see where should we place Thailand in the world arena. After we answering that questions, we just come back and formulate our minor policy to be in line with that goal. This is the same way as the same way of thinking. It's similar to what I think. So this is the first reason I joined Pheu Thai party. Another reason why it's Pheu Thai party is Pheu Thai party has a lot of constituencies MPs. Lots of constituencies MPs mean we can reflect the needs of the people. And we always believe that the policy that formulate in the central of the party by the executive committees, by the policy committees, never be a perfect policy. We have to test it with the people, and we have a very, very efficiency tools, which is our constituencies MPs. the last one, the most important one, I think in Pheu Thai Party, we believe in democracy. We believe in rights and liberties. We respect all comments, or arguments, or criticisms, and everything. We respect every opinion. So this is a good atmosphere for new face like us to join this party. The party that that has a very open atmosphere for us to share some views, share some opinions. And I can assure you the atmosphere in the party is not what other looks from
Really?
outside. From outside, it's like some, maybe you can say is controlled by someone, something
Yeah.
like that.
You don't think so? You
Yeah,
don't
but
think it's the case?
you have to ask me because I work there.
Okay, I'm asking you.
I work yeah, because I work there.
Okay.
I work there and I see a lot of openness.
Okay.
I see a good atmosphere to share opinions, and I didn't see any difficulties. And also members of the parties, when they join parties, they should have the same ideology, the ideology of democracy. So when all people that have same ideology work together, they will reflect how the party works inside.
The same ideology happen only among new generation?
No. All members.
The members.
All members. When you join Pheu Thai Party, first you need to have you need to believe in democracy first. You need to believe in different opinions. One opinions, you need to believe in you have to respect all arguments or opinions. Everything is important.
But Kun Paopoom, do you think the Pheu Thai Party needs to do away with the image that is still being controlled by someone from outside the party?
You can say from family, right?
Family, okay.
Yeah.
You think that kind of image is still...
My answer is Thailand has gone through many difficulties, has gone through many obstacles. Why do we have to create another limitation for ourselves?
Okay.
Why don't we just open for everyone who is the best, can be the leader of the party, can be a prime minister, any family? Why we have to limit that? It can be that family. It have to be that family. It have to be woman. It can be man. You have to be tall, something like that. So why do we have to make that limitation to decrease our efficiency or our
But there's a long history to that. There's a
Yeah,
history to
yeah,
it.
no.
It's
Okay.
not just the personalities, but there's some political baggage
see.
to this whole thing.
I
But coming to Kun Narit, of course you must be aware of the fact that the Phalang Pracharat party has the image of being a pro-military political party. Are you bothered by that image?
Actually, no. We are actually a group of people who believe that the leader of Phalang Pracharat and the key figures of Phalang Pracharat, if you look at their backgrounds, they were actually not involved with the military. They're actually very capable, very talented people in academic field. A lot of us share the same belief that we want to drive the country with technology. In addition to the ideology of being involved in politics, the right ideology, we believe that we have to utilize technology in this age to actually drive the country forward with creating more of the literacy for the children, for the younger generation. And as myself, as a young generation, I believe that I can bridge the gap. Me and my friends, we believe we can bridge the gap between the younger generation, who is a tech-savvy generation, with the older generation who understand the context of Thai politics.
Okay. We understand that both of you have very good intention and want to do a lot of good things for the country. But as newcomers, do you think your words, your advice, your role will be taken seriously by the old guards in the party?
as I already said,
Okay.
the atmosphere in the party is very democratic.
Open.
Very open. I can assure you. I don't know whether you trust me or not, but I can assure you it's very open. Listen to all opinions and yeah, whether you are young, regardless of your age, regardless of your social status, regardless of your last name, Everyone has one man, one vote system.
Okay. And you are even a newer comer.
Right. That does not cause any problem in terms of getting my voices heard. In our party, a lot of us are new faces in politics. We are actually real new faces, and we are actually the think tank of the party. We brainstorm ideas. We actually separated into 6 groups inside our party to actually not just investigating, but share ideas and throw ideas and see what's best for the country among these 6 different fields that we're interested in.
And in this upcoming election, what role do you see in general for new faces in politics? Because perhaps this is the first time around that we see so many new faces and now to join politics. In what capacity do you think new generations can help or can empower or work in tandem? Any chance, even though you are from different parties?
Yes, at Phalang Pracharat, we had a lot of talk about who wants to contribute in which way. We have a group of people who are willing to take the forefront role, as well as a group of people who would like to be the supporting team, right? The idea is that we are open, and we open up opportunities for everybody to contribute what they're best at, and that they can share what their knowledge, their know-how, their expertise in help creating a strong policy for the country and drive Thailand forward.
Good Paopoom.
In Per Thai Party, we as a new face does not see it. We will come here for make something like a revolution. We believe that the thing that we already have done in Per Thai Party, Thai Rak Thai Party, and Phalang Prachachon Party is a very good thing for the society and for the country. We come here to fill the gap. We come here to make it perfect. We come here to increase the capabilities, efficiencies. Yeah, and our new face teams has someone will be a candidate for the constituencies MP. Dr. Aruni will compete with Dr. Warong from Democrats Party in Piston Law. Another one will compete with the Kun Prem family in Chonburi. Some of them will be candidates for the party list MP. Some of them will work for the creating or formulating policy. So we have different roles, different expertise. So we will allocate to the most appropriate role in the party.
In the past 3 years, you have seen what Pheu Thai have been doing. What have you learned in the past 3 years?
A lot.
Tell me more.
It's a very systematic party. We have a very good structure of doing things. As I say, very open atmosphere. We discuss a lot. We share opinions a lot. We have when we design something, we have committee to design. We never decide by someone because we do not think that anyone is better than another. In terms of expertise, in terms of experience, everyone has to share everything in the party. Yeah.
But you told me that because you are from economic background in your PhD, you started to see things in macro, in perspective. What do you think you can do more for the country from your capacity?
Let's see. I concern more about the inequality. And about you may ask me about the agriculture product subsidization, right? You may interested with what is our stance and what is my opinion about that. Let's talk a little bit about inequality. Inequality is a big problem in Thailand, and the main reason of inequality is we have a very large portion of labor in agriculture sector. And in agriculture sector, as we know, is agricultural sector has lower productivity when compared to industrial sector and service sector. So in the end, in the long run, 10 years, what we have to do is we have to move labor from the lower productivity sector to the higher productivity sector, which should be industrial sector. I really like the Japanese model where it encourage smaller farmer and less productive farmer, only smaller and less productive farmer to move away from the agriculture sector to industrial sector and leave their resource mean land, equipment for the larger and more productive farmer in the agriculture sector. And that will create the more aggregate output in the agriculture sector. So this is in the long run, what we should do in the long run.
But that's one thing that you certainly want to concentrate on, right?
Really?
The bridging the problem of inequality.
Sure. And let me talk a little bit about the agriculture product subsidization. That one I already talked about long run. Long run we have to do that. But in short run, we still need to help and support those who are those farmers, those lower productivity farmers. We still have to support them. It can be many things. It can be agriculture product subsidization. It can be favorable taxation. It can be soft loan. It can be negative income tax. Anything that can help the farmer in the short run.
Okay, Narit, are there any particular areas that you are interested in and you want to really give it a push?
Yes, personally I am interested in the field of education. As I have been teaching for most of my career, I see opportunities and I can also see problems, and I would like to contribute my ideas to the making of the policy in driving the country forward. One idea that I learned from sharing economy is that we can apply this to the educational system. One thing that I would like to propose is to create a digital platform that acts as a central platform for the whole country to access. And this platform would allow for information, content, textbooks, tutorial to be included. And no matter which level you are, no matter where you are, we need this technology to actually drive the education forward. You can share knowledge, you can learn from tutors, not next to your house, right? But you can learn from the capable tutors or teachers.
Wherever he or she is.
I believe, and something of this scale, of this magnitude, only needs government to drive and make it possible. Because we believe next generation technology is even more important to them, and we need to groom them to be ready for the future occupation that they don't even know, because we're living in the world that change every day, right?
It's true,
I got one question, perhaps both of you can answer this. Kun Supha Widdi, she said, I wish we could have a young politician who has working for our country without any corruption. That's a very big issue. What do you think the new politician could do more to counter corruption?
I think corruption is a big issue in Thailand. I think the first thing we have to do is to change attitude of the politicians. We need to have right attitude first in order to join politics. You need to eager to work for the country, work for the society, not for yourself. As I already said, I used to have attitude that to work for myself when I study engineer, when I study MBA. But my attitude was completely changed. I really want to do this. I really want to do for the society when I have a PhD in economics. So I think attitude is important. It's very important thing. You can't change much if you have the person that have a wrong attitude in politics. You need to recruit or gain more the person who have a right attitude to join politics. I think that is important. It's a basic issue in anti-corruption.
So how would you fight corruption then?
For me, I see the basis of this problem has to do with whether or not we have fostered enough of social responsibility idea within the kids.
So it comes back to education.
Come back to education. Come back to since the children are young. Like, have we taught them enough of feeling responsible for the society, for the environment they live in? If they grow up to be an adult who's responsible for the society, then they will know that whatever they do that affects the society as a whole is not nice. It's not something right. That it's not something that would drive the country forward, and they should stop doing that. So I believe you need to foster from the young age, in order to create sense of social responsibility.
We know that both of you are working mostly behind the scenes at the moment, right? Helping formulate policies and giving advice. But once the election time comes, what will happen? Is it clear now that you will jump into the political ring and running elections? Is that something?
For me, it look at the ultimate goal first. My goal is to give what I have, combine with what party has, and make something good for the society, and make something good for the country.
So it doesn't matter or not whether you will be running as an MP.
It depends on the situations. I can be a candidate for constituencies MPs, I can be a candidate for party list MPs, or I just work for the policy department in the party. It depends on what role that is most appropriate, and I can utilize my knowledge. That is more important than the position.
Okay. What about you, Narit? You have intention to run election?
For me, I still think it's too early to say, but I have to say I'm in it because I feel like I have to contribute to the country, and I owe something to the society, and that's why I got involved in this workshop, in this think tank group. And I want to set an example that as an ordinary guy who didn't study anything related to politics, I can contribute, and so can you, right? No matter what's your background, no matter what you studied, if I can do it, you can do it.
Just wondering whether two of you have role model in politics. Do you have one?
Anyone you look up to?
You mean person?
Yes.
Or characteristic?
Whatever.
I can say about
Whoever.
say about characteristic, but I may not want to say about
don't want to say about
I think the most important character that is important in politics is, I think, the most important is vision. Let's say about the leader. The leader need to have vision. If you do not have vision, you can still walk. The country can still walk, the party can still walk, but directionless. Maybe wrong direction, maybe left, maybe right, but wrong direction. You need to have vision first. You need to be able to see things in 20 years. Where should you place Thailand in the world arena? You should be able to answer that question first. Another criteria to be a leader or my role model is you need to follow the principle of democracy. I think this is very important in politics. You need to respect everyone. You need to respect every opinions. You need to respect rights, liberties, freedom.
But would the 20-year strategy plan of this government come close to being something visionary in your point of view?
National strategy can be appropriate if it is only a vision.
Okay.
Only a vision is a good thing. You can say 20 years, what you want in 20 years. But the bad thing is limitation. You cannot have a limitation in the national strategy. You cannot say, in order to reach that goal, you have to walk 1, 2, 3 like this. No, you cannot do that. You have to leave it freely for the next government to decide. You need to give flexibility for the next government. It's very important because no one can decide the future of the country instead of people. It's very important. I don't think there exists anyone who can decide anything for the country better than people of the country.
So what's your view on this 20-year national strategy plan?
I believe any ideas that help push the country forward is a great idea. And especially if it comes from the sense of being a part of the society, a sense of feeling responsible for the development of the country, any plan by any party, I believe is a good one. Right.
And any role model for you?
Yes, I have a role model, but my role model might not be directly in politics, but I have a role model who sets a great example of being a leadership, which would be King Bhumibol.
Oh.
Couple.
And two of you, do you plan to stay in politics for long time? Do you have strong conviction to pursue your career, your profession in politics?
Until my dream is implemented.
No timeline.
No timeline, but
Yeah.
until my dream, what I think is good for the country is implemented.
And you?
I can say I'm in it for the long term. And a lot of my friends, the more we discuss, the more we throw ideas and share ideas, the more we realize that actually our voices should be heard and that we can contribute in the long term. So we're in it for the long run.
You talk about trying to realize your dream, right? So what is your ultimate dream? What, in practical terms, something that tells you that you have achieved what you want to do?
We have it inside, but I think it's not appropriate times to unveil it right now because it have to be consult with the parties, have to be go through the committees, go through the executive committees, policy committees in order to finalizing it. It cannot be described formally right now. I think it's not the time already.
I have one last question from Kun Niu Polawat. This is very crucial. I'd like to hear your view. How do you see Thailand in the next 5 years? Kun Paopoom.
In the next 5 years, technology, so-called disruptive technology will come. We fear a lot about the disruptive technology is coming. So but we fear that will replace employment. I think that it's happened only in the short run, in the maybe 3 years, 5 years, but in the long run, disruptive this kind of technology will create a huge amount of employment, and that the thing that we fear in the short run will not happen in the long run. So what we need to do in terms of dealing with this technology is we need to be able to use that technology, be the one who use that technology, not the one who just follow the technology. There will be a huge gap between the countries that can use the technology and the countries that just follow the technology. The huge will be very large.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think in 5 years, Thailand will definitely grow or progress in the sense of being very technological driven. I believe big data will play an important role in shaping the way we live. We can integrate big data, artificial intelligence in the creating more productivity for the country, in solving many problems. Traffic, for example, right, is one area where we can start to utilize big data. Agriculture also. I believe technology will play a significant role, and it only takes the government that understands the significance and people who are willing to change, and adapt technology in their living to move the country forward.
Now, in this upcoming election, there will be at least 7 million first-time voters. So, what kind of message do you want to send to these people?
I would say, they should be very happy. I am happy. I am very excited. I think this marks the new phase in Thai history, not just in Thai politics. And let's join force together. Let's contribute what you can. If your role is to go out and vote, then do it for now. If you can contribute more, I would say contribute more. And through social media and different channels, we can actually come together and share ideas.
Okay, Kun Paopoom.
Let's talk a little bit about Generation Y.
Okay.
As you said, it's like a first-time voters. The person who aged between 18 to 38 is about 20 million people. We need to understand their characteristic, what they want. This kind of group, this kind of people want something. They don't want limitation. They don't want obligation. They want the balance between work and life. They don't want to be an employee.
Freedom of choice.
Yeah, they don't want to be an employee. They want to own their own business. So, in the next 5 years, 10 years, you will see the labor productivity of the larger firm will drop. The higher productivity labor will move out of the larger firm to own their own business. So there will be a bunch of small business using technology in Thailand in the next 5 years, 10 years. So the good government should be able to pick the sector or pick the technology that it needs to support. It's very important. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Okay, that's the view from two new faces who are joining politics this time, and we are seeing how they will be moving on when the momentum is clearer or when the landscape of
Wish
the
you all the
election
best.
is clearly.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And